Hello, everybody. Hello. He's live. Thank you for coming here tonight on this cold night. Oh, my golly gosh. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself briefly. I am Mary Gunn. We're going to start this show. What we're going to do tonight is talk about Craft Roulette's parameters, mostly explosion cards from last week. So, welcome. Sit back, relax. My stretchy pants are on, and I hope yours are too. Let's get started.
Hi, I'm Mary Gunn. Welcome to Fun University.
Hello, I'm Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, founder and head professor of Fun University, and your intrepid hostess to Craft Roulette. But this is not Craft Roulette. This is the spin-off show called, I don't know. But what we do is kind of like parameter playtime right here on Fun University. So if you liked kindergarten playtime art class, you'll probably like something along these lines. I see some lovely friends in the audience tonight, so yay for you guys. Hello. Hope you are all doing very, very well. And I look forward to reading more of your comments. Last week, Craft Roulette, the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, Mr. Wheel was in a dizzy, and he was in a tizzy, and he decided that he wanted to give us a run for our money. So he gave us some kind of interesting parameters to work with. If you're not familiar with Craft Roulette, we do have a sister station called Craft Roulette. It's on a YouTube channel all by its very self, and it is a game show, and we have a lot of fun with it. You can go look it up. Everything's down in the bottom. But our parameters last week were explosion card, and I was like, that was scary. The background, the color was black plum, plus two other colors, which ended up being very fun. The element was stuffed. When we got that with explosion card, it was kind of a secret gift that the wheel gave us because those things really did work well together. The wheel knows. And we had to use ribbon. So lots and lots of really clever interpretations. You can look at them all on craftroulette.live under the gallery episode 96. It was freaking great. We have things that were stuffed. We had things popping out of things, didn't we, Christina? We had explosion boxes. We had Ellen made an explosion card that was a hangy down thing. And then just using explosion in just very, very clever ways with rockets and lightning and all sorts of good stuff. You guys were really on it. I was really, really proud of you, and you made my weekend so happy looking at all those fabulous things. Let's get to Mr. Mike here real fast. I did pull out my sewing machine this weekend. And this is all I got done. I thought it would just be like something you could just see that, oh, yeah. Okay, well, you didn't have to be that great, does it? This isn't even sewn together, but this was just some felt. And I wrote spin in felt letters that I die cut, so it's really, really basic. And then Arlene DeTizio sent me this cute little gnome. And I pinned him on nice and tight. But I'll take this off so you can see it. And then I just stuck some Velcro on here. So all it is, the Velcro. All it is a piece of rectangle that's not well sewn, and but it is hemmed. It wasn't pressed, and then I added a cuff. So a French cuff at that. But that's all I did. And then that's Mike's sleeve for right now. And it was just a matter of I had the material. I was making some rice bags to heat up. And I thought, Mr. Producer said, hey, let's see if you can make a shirt. So that's what I did. So this is how easy it is. But I will I'll give you the measurements again later. So, we can add little brooches because Mr. Mike, he can be Ms. Mike too. He's just so flexible. But you can put little brooches or little things on here, emblems. I think we're going to have fun with it. I'm looking forward to dressing Mr. Mike. So anyway, thanks. It's fun to do. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get started with this little project, shall we? Thank you for being here tonight. Okay, let's see what we've got. Somebody's been somebody's been at my mask causing trouble. All right, I'm going to give a little cough out. Got a couple little projects to show you. One is I was looking through this, and I was looking through the cards from Craft Roulette, and I ran across number 58, which was last April. And I think this could have been an explosion card because it kind of opens and explodes into a situation there. But that's not going to be done tonight. And I was looking on Fun University if I had this somewhere, but I don't think I did. So maybe someday we'll do this soon, but I don't remember. Anyway, if you want to see me make it on the show, it would be Craft Roulette number 58. So, yes, it is a Mr. Mike shell. Welcome, Athena, for your first live here. This is a very casual group, and we casually get a few things done. We're going to talk about the parameter of explosion cards. So, they don't have to be hard. I like that part about things when they don't have to be hard. But I thought we'd make a little explosion card book, like mini album, which could be a card. So, 3 6x6-inch squares. That's how we're going to start. And instead of using this, which is kind of a chunky, old, clunky, fat thing, I'm going to try using a medium-sized ball stylus. And I'm going to score at 3, turn it 90 degrees, score at 3, and then here's the one that may be a little more tricky. If we get our points at 4 1/4 and 4 1/4, we probably will be okay. Head on down, see if we get through that center. We do. Nice crossover on that center there. You want all the 3 lines to meet there. So now we've got, I think that feels better this way, 3 inches, quarter of a turn, 3 inches. There are more difficult versions of this. I didn't want to do that. I'm going to work from the center and go out and see if I like that better. I'm off a little bit. I think it's going to be okay. Who was it that asked about, oh golly, it closing well? And this is probably the wrong class to help you on that. I am not a precision crafter. I am just not even close. So if you can eyeball it, I eyeball it, and I'm sorry. One thing I did think of, though, is, so I have 3 that are all scored the same way. One thing I did think of, if you were trying to close something inside another card base or something, just make it a little bit smaller because your folds are still going to be half, and across. So that's one good thing about not using any kind of measurements. You can adjust the size and the measurements will be just fine. And maybe, this, I don't know, it probably matters too if you're using a really thick cardstock. It might be a little harder to get some good folds. I'm not sure. But if you get too thin, you could get some rips. So it's going to be a Goldilocks situation where you just need the one that's just right. There is no right or wrong way to fold this in order. Isn't that nice? There's lots and lots of easy peasy kind of things. See, that one's not straight, so I'm going to pull it up just a little bit. Kind of like when you're making your bed. Oh, one side of the sheet's a little longer than the other. Just pull it up a little bit. Okay, so now we have 2 squares on each one and 2 triangles, sets of triangles on each one. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect these like so. We're going to put this middle one on top, and we're going to put the other 2 on the sides. However, I'm going to go ahead and flip them because one of them the middle one needs to be, what do we do? Middle one I have mine being valley fold this way, and the 2 outer ones are mountain folds this way. Okay. Thank you, Grandma Gay. That's right. If you could give us a thumbs up, that would be supercalifragilistic. Did you finish it? Expialidocious. There we go. Now, to me, this was one of the harder parts. So just put that. I would use liquid glue instead of a tape because that way you can wiggle a bit. And then you can also fold up and make sure it's nice and not sitting on any crease per se. A little hard to show on the white on white. But you can just snug it in there and scooch it until it moves just right. Here we go. So we already have our book base. How about that? That was pretty fast. Hey, Jamie Watts in the back seat. Back row, not in the back seat. You guys are good. You're on it. Okay, then we're going to start adding real cute little things. Let me show you this little guy. This was one I made. And this one is on a paper clip to hold it shut, just like so. And it holds the ribbon shut. So you could also tie it in and not tie it in a bow. Tie it, fling it over your shoulder like a continental soldier. But it opens up like so. And so you've got all these little places. You have 4 full-size squares. You can put in photos, you can put in notes, but you can also put in photos and notes and little thingamabobs all over all those places, or you can just make them cute like that. And then it folds up on itself. Yeah, and and it does take a little bit of accordion stuff, kind of thing. And we'll show you how to finish that off here in just a second. So that's how that one started, was just like this. I've got a couple pieces already chosen here and cut. This is just using a 6x6 paper pad. The other was a 12x12 paper pad. Couple things on this one that it isn't as perfect as some papers might be. There's definitely some direction going on here and some icons going certain ways. So kind of weigh that one out. But you do want to go just a little bit smaller than 3 inches because you don't want any of these pieces on top of one of the score lines. So you can play with it, but see, my kitties are going to be wonky. That's okay. We love them. And I did add just a little tiny mat. The pattern paper is 2 3/4 inches square, and then I just added a teeny little a little lip around the edge to make that pretty mat, which is another thing you can do. Another thing you can do is you can substitute pictures. You could write words. You could have a word scramble game. You could do matching if you had a little kid, if you wanted to do number matching and things like that. You can do all sorts of things. These can go into junk journals. They can also, anything like that. They can also go into, I suppose they could go into regular scrapbooks too when they fold out. But it wouldn't be protected information. So keep that in mind too. So these guys, the full guys, there's 4 of them. You can add and add and add and add as well. You don't have to do 3. You can do 2, And I'll show you one like that here in a minute. Or you can make them really long and add 4 or 5. You just have to go either every other one, mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. Yes, cats are such acrobats, aren't they? All right, so then I have 3 other pattern papers, and they have been cut at 2 3/4 and then cut in half. Now this is going to be one of those things where I'm not sure that I like the plaid because of the direction, but I think it's going to be okay. Surprisingly enough, we're going to set those guys. I'm just going to set them on here and I can make sure that I get them on here without having to worry about things being together. Let's see. Let's put him. Well, see now how easy is that? Because there's no direction. Makes my life nice. We'll see how that one goes. We may. Oh wait, let's put you there and you here. That's one reason you don't want to stick it down too soon. That's going to work. That works just fine. You could have more patterns too, and then you wouldn't even have as much trouble. That looks kind of cute. Let's see it overall if it looks suitable. I think overall I'm going to switch these two. And now we've got a little more balance there. It's okay that these two are next to each other. It's okay. I'm trying to make sure. And I think it's going to be fine. There's so much going on. There's not going to be a whole lot of, oh, well, this is this and then. But you could do, you can imagine all the things you could do. You could use bits, you could do the junk journal thing with trash, book pages. You can do the vintage look, book pages and magazine pages. Bits of poetry, yes. You did one with 2 7x7s. Oh, 5K, I bet that was cool. You can also decorate them. You could put like just a single button or an icon on there. You could make you could make these into fold outs, I suppose. You know, when one's on top and it folds out. You could get rather Russian doll with it. You could have, these could be folded, accordion folds. Or add a Karen Burniston die to one so that it pops up. But it's really not that hard, is it? And of course, I had this already, but it's just 5 patterns. It's just 5 patterns and cut the same sizes. So it isn't even, it's real easy not to have to worry about numbers too badly. Oops. Oopsie, darling. Little slippage. Oh, look at you trying to get in there. You could make a little pocket, but at the same time, if you have a little pocket, you're going to have that crease. So buyer beware. Maker beware. It's just that you don't want the paper on top of, you could do this all retiform too, with each of the little squares being a different ink. You could double, and then you wouldn't even have to use paper. Or you could mix it up. Or you could mix it up with some, my little kitty prints are going to be upside down on this. That's okay. If you do have something that has some direction. It's probably not a great project if you're a little bit nervous about those kind of things. But if you have an overall, wow, it looks cool kind of thing, and you don't pick on anything in particular, you'll be okay. Okay, so let's see. Now to get this to fold on itself, this is the part. You kind of have to keep working with these guys. Okay, this guy is going to go like... Okay, he went in, so they both went in. All right, good. We'll go, both of these can go. This is the part that makes me crazy. But then once it gets used to it being in its own skin, so to speak, it'll be fine. Let's go to you. What do you need to do? You need to... There we go. You're going to fold in too. Okay. I thought you had to be mountain fold, valley fold. Well, that doesn't make sense now, does it? So I guess it's all valley fold, I guess. We'll undo this in just a second here. But the diagonal guys break down into themselves. There we go. Until it's a nice little book. Oh, it did work. Just a little bit. You think you can make them either way? I think you're right. But there we go. So then there it opens up. And we're good to go. So you just keep working it until it gets its little memory. That first one's just the worst. I don't know if there's ways to make them bigger or not. I would probably lose my ever-loving mind. So I'm not going to try it. But this is, how am I going to add the covers? Well, we just may not use the covers like I thought we would use the covers. Okie doke. So let me see. Come back to this guy. These opened up. Let's see if I can switch these around. Things that seem like they go so well when you're practicing. There we go. It does so fold in on itself. And honestly, I can't help you. It's your sink or swim on this one, I'm telling you. There's a time in life that you just have to laugh. Come on, come on, come on, you're almost there, you're almost there. You can do that downhill slalom. Oh, wow, that's wrong. All right. You guys can probably see it, and I can't, and it's okay. But what I did on this, what I wanted to do was to have a cover on the back and the front. So let's look at it. So this guy all folded up nicely. Bless his heart. And the front is nothing more than a 3.5 by 3.5 piece that is stuck on the outside of this square. So here is a 3.5 by 3.5 piece, and we can just barely stick it on here. Like so. And then this little duckle-a, we'll put him over here too. I hope that's not a dirty word. My grandmother used to use it for sweet little babies. Could be a dirty word. She didn't know very much German. But before this, her father had been German, but I think she forgot a lot over the years. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and stick a little piece of twine in there to tie it. All that good. And, okay, where do you go? You go like this and like this. There we go. And like that. And like that. Oh, we did it. We did it. We did it. Holy moly. There we go. How's it going to look open? Nope, wrong way. There, we're going to open up like this. Okay, this is going to be my front. Oh my gosh, it really worked. And I'm just going to put a little bit of cardstock on here. And this little Echo Park paper pad, which I think Judy G sent. I think so. And I just nabbed it and used it for class. So I thought it was really cute. Has some little cute sayings in it and things. So I thought that might be really fun to have for What a Perfect Day would be cute. And then you can just tie the little thing right around it. So do I want to make that a little bit smaller so it fits better? Or do I want it to go across? Let's just keep it like that because this isn't the time for great decisions. This is just a time to keep moving along. There's some definite glue boogers that I will pick up later. You can always, I suppose if you thought this was needing a little more help, you could stick it under a ceramic tile or something heavy just to, once it gets where it's supposed to be, stick it under something and let it smash a little bit. A smash burger. And we've got this little guy. He's kind of cute. But then we can open that up and we can add some little things. Yep, that works out. Look at there. It worked out just fine. So you could add little pictures that would fit inside of there. He's a little big. That Lucky Cat might fit if you cut him out a little bit. You could do punches too. If you have a triangle punch or if you have a die cut kind of thing, those would be really great. There's a little cat face. You could go in there somewhere. And you could even cut up the verse and add it, sprinkle it around. So how are we doing here? There, see, it wants to close. It wants to be a good little book. It does. So we'll close it up. He wants to have a moment. So 5 different papers, but you don't have to do that. You can use watercolors. You can use chalks. You can use inks. You can use whatever you feel like. And photographs, make it artsy, make it real unartsy. It all is fine. But it doesn't have to, it's not hard. There's so much going on because there are all the different fields. There's so many different spots that get attention that just imagine a 4-word comment right across that. Like, I love you, honey. I don't know what else there could be. Whoa, crazy, that crazy wheel. You could do that. A belly band would be really good, Luann. Definitely would work. It would be one of those belly bands that I think would be better to wrap around and then adjust. Especially after it had sat overnight and gotten a little squashed, I think. You could just wrap it around and adjust before you glue it down. And I like to do that and have the seam in the front and then put some sort of die cut over the top. I think it works real cute. And then you don't have to worry about the seam or anything like that. But these could go inside, especially if they were a little thinner. You could put them inside junk journals or anything. Just really fun. So hope that gives you some ideas. I did have, so this one I made using some of the paper that I got from my boyfriend Michael's. And I thought it was really a real pretty little set, kind of yellow cast kind of stuff, and I thought it was kind of attractive. So I had this ribbon. I thought it was some other ribbon that I didn't like as much. I really ended up liking this one. But so I made a hugs die cut and just put some scraps on here. And then added a large paper clip to this little paper. And then added a belt on the back so that the short part fits down between this in this little slide. So there's just glue on these two places, and the short part just slides down into that little slide, and the long part can then just stick onto this ribbon. Give it a little, oops, that's not supposed to happen. Give that a little tug and have an explosion. That's a new explosion card right there. Boy, I tell you, I am so into explosion cards. I'm beyond exploding. I'm thinking of new ways without even knowing it. So anyway, just pull that ribbon, you'll have a new explosion. Boing! Anyway, I thought that was kind of a fun way to connect it. So there are those two little guys. But I did have some leftovers from this. So, and they were 3x3. Oh, no. They were not 3x3. They were 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 squares. So I ended up just making a couple simple cards. This was a scrap, as was this. Added the little bit of brown. And then this one was, I cut it into, instead of one diagonal, I did two. And so it ended up with some little quilty looking things. And I made a folding tag. So that goes right in there. Just with the leftovers, and I still have more to work with. So I think it turned out kind of fun. Those were those. I did like the pattern on this with the three papers. I thought they turned out kind of sweet for old Michael's paper. And then, oh, I know. Still using this stamp from last week, mostly because I don't remember where I put the stamp set. So I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it, so I just went ahead and used it again. These guys were, I used, what did I use? I put it in here somewhere, I think. Yep. I had some neutral paper, and I stamped the side wings on this little strip of neutral paper that had words on it, and then stuck it on there. But you know what? I found out when it was the neutral paper, I went, oh, no, there's no pop there. There's nothing. This guy is fading into the background, and you know how I am about fading into the background. No. So I went ahead and just took my ink and pounced it so that this guy and this guy would either be blue or red on top of it. This guy, I did end up I added ink on the edges, some brown ink to kind of go with this. And then this one is plain, so you can kind of see the difference. Well, you not kind of see the difference. You should be able to see the difference. This paper was a real thin paper. It was just something that had been cut and was in the die cut bag. So it was kind of it was a thin paper. It wasn't cardstock. And I did pop it up on some craft foam, both of these, just so that they would be popped up just a little bit. You could totally do shakers or anything that you wanted to do, but I just thought that would be a fast card, and I liked it very much. So, yep. And then I added some microglazed, and I surprised myself because it had some tack to it. But I did add some microglaze just to make the colors a little more rich. I have one other little project. If you were here last week, you saw we talked about those butterflies. And I added color just using Copics, which it turned out to be kind of a cool way to add color with Copics, just kind of abstractly in some as a background and as a foreground. So this is how I made what I use those pieces for. Open it up. And there you have it, another one. This is a two square that is using 6x6 panels. I did run them through an embossing and then did a little bit of sanding to get the color, the little white coloring in there, and then added the little the little butterflies from last week, thinking of you. And then you could, like on this guy, had made it so it popped up or opened up so you could write a note. That's how I would do it, I think. But I think it turned out kind of pretty. The guy, I haven't been at my mask all week except for Craft Roulette. And so everything was still out. Now you know you're going to fold. You know you are. Got to know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. And I don't know if I know. I need Kenny Rogers. Where is he when you need him? For the love of Kenny. Okay. You're not going to win. You fold on yourselves. No, you fold on yourselves. No, you fold on yourselves. Okay, you fold on yourselves. You fold on yourselves. And call 911. No, don't call 911 because you can't fold your card. That is for serious situations. This is getting more serious by the second, but not there yet. Okay, anyway, so that just pops on. This is one piece I added. It would be really cool if I could tell you, make this fold up. It has a 1/2 inch score job there so that it folds on itself like a little book. I did a tag die cut and wrapped it around so that that's going to be part of the closure. This is just 1/4 inch black elastic that I looped on top of this like so, and then added just another little slider belt thing, just like similar to the back of that guy, and then stamped on top of it so you allegedly wouldn't notice that that's 2 pieces. And if somebody did a better job of gluing, you wouldn't see that mess either. But it's just, that's how it stays on there. I wanted to get some black cording, but that was something I tried to get probably a year ago and failed and forgot about until today. So we make things work, except for this. Holy smackers. Okay, if I had an advertisement, I would break for this. This is like on Johnny Carson when the cheetah starts eating his shirt or something. Meanwhile, Jim is in the jungle with the crazy cats. Okay, I know it closed. Explosion card! That's it! Let's see if I can make it explode. Oh my gosh, it's an explosion card. Okay, so that's it for tonight. I done been done in by this dumb card. Oh, come on, you're so close. You are so close. You know you want to go home. You know it. Okay, let's try it this way then. You go that way. That is not right, Mary Gunn. You know that. You're going to get holes in this. You are. Oh, there. We'll just do it a new way. That was not the original way. I'm not opening it again. So that one shuts. That one closes on top of it. Elastic. That's it for the night, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a surprise, some of that, wasn't it? And then folding is not my thing. I don't know why I ever try, but it's because of you guys. I love you so much. So let's give our patrons a great big round of applause. Thank you guys so much for helping us stay on the air, even when we're totally frustrated by folds. See, that's why I am not an engineer. Can you imagine the buildings I would collapse? I could probably collapse those. Yes, and Mary wins. We do thank each and every one of you this weekend. We will be having scrapbook club or scrapbook game with the Club Fun members. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a Zoom call, and we're going to be playing a scrapbook game. We're going to make two page layouts if you want. and quick and easy. So much fun. I'm looking forward to spending the afternoon with you guys. If you want more information, you can go down into the description and learn more. Fun supporters, fun friends, the fun supporters and club fun members, the polls are up, so please vote for those for Friday. And then fun friends also. Oh no, never give me a Rubik's Cube, Grandma. That's like a nightmare. Even a thought of a Rubik's Cube makes me clammy. But then, fun friends, we're also looking for questions for Friday. You guys do ask the best questions. It really helps me. Stacy is our sweet, sweet guest. I'm looking forward to hanging out with her. You may remember her. She learned about card making after she suffered a stroke. And it was part of her therapy to come back. So she's got a neat story. Anyway, she's a super nice lady, and she's like a foot taller than I am. So I'm glad we're not close, because it would be a size thing. I bet she folds up nicely, though. All right. Well, thank you so very much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Miss Producer's not in the room. So we will see you Friday, 6:30 on Craft Roulette. Thanks for spending time with me. Thumbs up, share. We'll see you on Fun University Lounge in the Facebook. Bye-bye.